Dear Mr. Neil Kaplan, it was 9th of August, I was standing in front of you. A bunch of emotions are coming from my head. The trading hall has a lot of noise and people. I almost explode in tears due to all the stuff. You are really nice, I love talking to you, and you asked me to come in tomorrow to be sure I'm having a good time. Sadly, as Sunday is really busy, I can't come up to your stall personally. I'm busy getting other autographs, and I don't want to take away time from people that can only meet you then, so I just decided to let it go. But it makes me feel kinda like a douche, cause I promised that to you. That's why I want to share everything in this video, so welcome in my TF Nation 2025 video. If you remember last year I didn't really feel like making a video, cause I didn't really do anything interesting. I had a massive toothache caused by my wisdom teeth, and I just stood around with my friends talking and discussing life. It was similar this year, but before we get to the con itself, we need to start from the beginning. I woke up at 5 AM. My grandparents are going to their own little vacation adventure, so I packed up with them and got dropped off at the Krakow airport. I'm really paranoid some other weirdo illness will attack me. Every year for the past few years, my nose bled, tooth hurt, stomach churned, etc. I was trying my best for the past 2 weeks to avoid any illnesses, infections or reason to vomit, and I got lucky. Everything was fine. I walked into the jet, sat down, I have the whole first season of F-Spark downloaded on Netflix. The flight will be all peachy. And the last thing I see is that Scott McNeil is ill. Well damn, my Beast Machines DVDs are now wasting space in my luggage, I thought. Of course I hope he gets better. After that I watch F-Spark, and I'm not going to make this video about the show, but oh my god, it's so good! The animation, designs, the themes... It's such a hopecore show. Flying, and after that I land, meet my dad, he drives me off to Birmingham, leaves me at hotel, I beat Neck, a really fun place, I go to my room and I crash down. I see that people on Discord are already talking about meeting the bar of the hotel before the con, but sadly I can't scrounge up any strength to get up from my bed. In my sleepy deliriousness, I start looking around and why is this room so bicycle themed? Like there's this bear and... Oh, that's weird. After that I turn on the TV, watch a bit, and at 18 I fall asleep cause I can't focus on anything. I woke up at 5, had massive sleeping issues. I remember having some weird dreams, but I don't remember what was in them. I sped around breakfast, filling myself up with everything they had, and I go straight to the Birmingham Hilton Hotel. And as I'm walking through Neck, I see this. Some theater adaptation of Wizard of Oz uses those wacky bumblebee suits that were promoting the movie. I hope Hasbro got their money worth on the sale. Also, there was a beer festival at Neck at around the same time, which means there was some additional security everywhere. They were standing around with some barriers, but they weren't like metal detectors or something. I'm guessing they were just to scare people off from drinking a tad too much. But yeah, after getting to TF Nation, I register myself, get a ticket, and bro, the new tickets suck! They're made from this paper that doesn't stick. I even almost lost my band one time. And I also saw people showing off their bands where the sweat has washed out all the ink. Back in my day, they were made from this lanyard material. I'm guessing since the cotton got bigger, they don't have the funds to make them all. But yeah, I didn't buy a Friday ticket. I noticed that all Friday I just sat around with my friends talking about stuff. So I just did that. Sat down in the bar, and if you watched my YouTube post, I brought with myself a bunch of random toys to give away. And I'm happy all of them got a new home. Thanks to one kid. I'm not going to reveal too much info, but this year TF Nation was visited by many more families. At least I noticed there are more situations where a parent or parents go with their kids. Of course, I find it really cool. Transformers is a child brand, it makes sense it will attract kids. But one family consisting of a father that looked like the meme of the true Brexit geezer, his wife, and a little kid named... Let's name him Damian for this video. Damian was a fountain of energy, running around everywhere, messing with people. I'm not gonna teach parents how to raise their kids, but an apparently autistic ADHD kid shouldn't be left alone in a public place filled with so many people. I'm saying this from a place of worry. Back in my days, there were thousands of TV spots showing weird people just scooping up kids from public places. Either way, Damian took a bunch of random toys with him, including that Dallas Knight Dragonstorm. So, Dallas Knight Dragonstorm is built in a way where his shoulders are mounted with a metal pin. As I'm sitting around the bar, I suddenly glance and I see that Dragonstorm is missing an arm. Oh, I think he simply slided off the mushroom joint from the hand. No! That little kid bolted off the pin that held the arm in place. How? After Damian left it somewhere in the bar, Dragonstorm probably got trashed by the hotel cleaning crew. Other things that happened on Friday were seeing these great customs. Sadly, I didn't ask for the social media of his creator. Maybe next year I'll also take a notepad to have like a sign book or something. He turned Rise of the Beast Wheeljack into Outrider from Transformers Universe, a lovely custom of a forgotten side of this franchise, and he turned Rhinox toy into Cybertron Backstomp. My shitty pictures probably won't show it, but it's insane how many details the movie figures have, but due to the lack of paint they get lost in the plastic. Thank God a few layers of wash causes them to pop out. Another cool thing that someone brought metal carbots or tobots, you know, those Korean robots, and man, it felt like a love at first sight. I saw those toys on AliExpress and on YouTube, but in person, the way they shine, the details, my god. I don't remember the last time Transformers made me feel that way. But yeah, the day was nice, but I needed to do something important. As I mentioned earlier, I was hanging out with my friends, and since they were still using my dead name, I wanted to get one thing clear with them. Later, when they went to get something to eat, with tears in my eyes, I revealed to them what I am. And being turbo-based people that they were, they didn't really care. But yeah, there was some weight off my shoulders. It's insane to feel how much more accepting can random people from the world be, especially when you can't imagine your own family accepting that. Yeah, be prepared for this fun vacation blog to be filled with like lots of self-reflections and retrospectives. We hang around until evening, but when I started to feel sleepy again, I returned to my hotel. Man, was this great. Got some pins, stickers, full artwork. Like, people at TFN are so talented, I have no words. Please, if you're an artist in my video, comment. I will make a pinned comment with all of your like social media links. Again, I slept badly, I had some weird dreams, but I woke up, did all the stuff again. I got pretty early. Some of my pals were early sitting around at the bar in the cosplays. I'm a part of a cosplay Discord, so of course I immediately recognize a few of them. Hi guys, if you're watching, hi, hi, hi. You aren't seeing this because my avatar doesn't have any animation, but I'm waving at you, hi. An opening ceremony later, TFN was in full swing. Due to how many people were there this year, the trader hall started with a queue. And I was there, alone, waiting for it to move. I don't know if it's the hormones, lack of sleep, or being stuck on a different landmass far away from home, but I started having the most negative thoughts going through my head. I'm not going to divulge into them, but I felt so awful that day. The only thing that saved me was that the shitty ticket armband fell off from my arm, causing me to go from like paranoia to panic. I have like a nervous tick where I often swing my arms and rotate in my wrist, so you can imagine my fear. Thank God someone found the band. I'm not 100% sure if it's mine, but hey, it let me go into the dealer hall. As always, I first did a run through to the Forge section, mostly getting gifts for my friends, stickers, pins, even a Mac coaster. This year also had a stamp raffle, where if you collect everything, you got a sticker sheet. And you know, Amy loves collecting random garbage. Of course, I'm joking. As I mentioned earlier, this place has a lot of talented people, even for people that aren't Transformers fans. See, this person made a sticker sheet of that one gay piece of media. By the way, another thing I love about this con is the amount of queer people. You know, since stuff changed for me, I kinda felt and read it differently. It's like being among your own, but now it's not just the Transformers fans. Also, my friend Harvey gifted me the Transformers 5-pack Trailbreaker. My already emotionally unsellable heart almost cried, because it's just the idea that he remembered. He remembered that Trailbreaker is my favorite character. But yeah, I was going around all the guests. It was him, Neil Kaplan. He was really nice and positive, a great guy, and this is where we get to the beginning. My overstimulated, emotionally unhinged hormonal ass started crying. I tried to tell him over tears that they were tears of joy, because that's what they were. Man, these TF Nation guests were so nice. We of course have all the comic people that live in UK and appear almost every year, because for them it's like what, few hours drive. But we had the earlier mentioned Mr. Neil Kaplan, voice of Re 2001 Optimus Prime, who signed my Re 2001 DVD that went with me to the past TF Nations where Peter Spello, Carlos and Daniel Riodran visited. Ivan Michael Lee, the voice of TF1 Jazz, really charismatic and nice person. I talked with him a bit about the TF Hype guy. I also gifted him one of the stickers I brought from Cloud Love. Mr. Lee said that it will apparently go on his laptop. Marcelo Matere, Hasbro box art artist and a toy designer. I got my Rise of the Beast Skull Cruncher signed by him. I always find these armor gimmicks really cool, so it was nice to see eye to eye with one of the creatives who spawned them. And Jim Sorensen, the guy who probably doubled the amount of pages on TF Wiki through his contributions to Ask Vector Prime and other convention-related media. I don't want to sound like some wacky parasocial relationship, but I will always flex by saying that Jim Sorensen sat next to me a few years back when I was really into Beast Wars Uprising. Of course, he didn't remember it, but he was still nice and it was cool to meet him. Oh yeah, there was also Sophia Miles. I didn't see her a lot. I didn't even get her signature. Apparently she got mega busy, but yeah, the day was nice. We went to eat pizza, lots of fun was had, and lots of toys were bought. Day 1, haul! From action figures we have the earlier mentioned Trailbreaker, gifted to me by Harvey, Toy Hacks upgraded Fast Track, since my Scorponok was missing him, and I found him cheap. I thought it's a nice to complete my bad guy. I still need to get a second one to custom him into Black Ryorichi, cause the official Black Ryorichi is an example of Hasbro never watching their cartoons. Like, that's also material for future video, cause come on, literally nanosecond later, Goudminer rotates his head, and you can see he has antennas, which Hasbro thought he didn't, so they retooled the whole head sculpt to remove them. It pisses me off so much. Beast Wars Armordillo. I didn't have him, so when I spotted him with both of his weapons, I just needed to buy it. And the 2-pack of Skids and Windshear. Originally I was hoping to find Indie Heat from Car Robots, but when I noticed the chance I needed to snag it, cause now I have all Re-2001 Autobots, which means I think I have the whole show cast. Wow. Like, the only thing that's missing is some guns for members of the Commandos, but I'm really proud of myself. Let's get back to the plot. ClapCon time! So, ClapCon started with the cosplay contest, and let's do it as a tier list, okay? Okay chat, so now I'm going to look at the tier list of all the cosplays on TF Nation. Okay, so we have these two people as Rumble and Frenzy. They were really fun, really expressive, really got into character. The costume work also was really good to see in person. That for sure goes on to S. Oh, he dressed up as Dr. Morocco from Rescue Bots. I really love a reference to obscure character. If you like look at the whole universe, also was really into character. So I don't want it to sound kind of like nepotism, but I kind of befriended him on the Discord server. He's a really great cosplayer. Oh, it's hard to say about this. Absolute diva. Great look of the suit. I have no words. They always look great. Oh, another great person. Shockwave that has an extendable arm, simply peak of the peaks. Like, I have no words. It's so great. S tier. Oh, this guy. Oh, I have no words. When he rolled into the scene, I felt like the spirit of Jazz himself possessed him. I have no words. Absolute S tier peak. Oh, also transform. Like, come on, how great you need to be to make a transforming cosplay. No words. Another Shockwave was really great. Love this suit. Come on, we have no words here. S tier. Oh, Knockout with the cattle prod. Really cool reference. The work on it that was put in the absolute peak. I think you're slowly getting the joke. All of the suits, they're great. I'm not even like going to go further. The pictures were taken from Chris McFeely's Twitter and Instagram, so if you want to see all of those suits and even more, like, really, I love how creative the Transformers community is. S tier. And let's get back to the main part of the video. Jokes aside, I don't have a lot to say here. These talented people just did a great job replicating the designs of characters in real life. I would have been an awful judge, since for me all of them are peak of the mountains. Like, really, Transformers cosplay on TF Nation is always like a really autistic drag show. Lots of character performance, great style, awesome makeup. I would love to cosplay one day, but I have both issues with stage fright and logistics. I don't think I could fit that many suit parts into a small airplane luggage. Please go check out TF Nation's Blue Sky and website for better pictures of all those talented people. Continuing ClapCon, you remember Mr. Sorensen flew to UK this year, and if Mr. Sorensen flies to UK, you know ClapCon will be good. As much as I like reading silly fan-made scripts, you know that if he spawns around you, he has some massive Transformers Uncovered media, and this time he and Chris McFeely showed us the documents related to the original pitch of Transformers G1 before Hasbro fully cemented how they want to do it, and man, this is how today would look if Sideswipe and Starscream were girls. Also, the two new characters we learned about, Whirlpool and Fire Cycle. By the way, if they ever appear in something written by Jim Sorenson, you can thank me, since I bribed him with crispy 10 water note. I hope these girls will join Rails in the Revived from Limbo land. I'm not going to go too much into details, but if I learned about this type of stuff from a Discord post or a tweet, I would be pissed off I missed out in person. Like the weirdly fascist way Decepticons rule the world, and the new characters, Jess and Trailbreaker having yaoi between each other. But yeah, that night I was spent, and I was walking out of the hotel, I noticed this. An invitation for either a queer party or some organ harvesting scam. I was a bit scared, but I would love to play a hacked Wii. But it was also 2 hours before midnight, so I went to sleep even more. And it wasn't easy, since I noticed that my power bank was spent and I didn't have a UK plug, so I was a tad paranoid that I won't have any tech for the next few days. But in my genius, I noticed there's a USB port in my hotel room TV, so I jacked in and it slowly started to charge, only when the TV was on. So I need to keep it on as I tried to sleep, but the light from the TV was annoying me, so I need to sleep on the tiny couch under the TV. I was woken up by a Simpsons episode, and sorry for breaking chronology, but before that I watched some other TV shows, and they were all parody of episodes of Transformers, at least partially. Like, what are the odds? It was the Family Guy episode that parodied Michael Bay movies, and the Goldbergs episode with Ectotron like 30 years before he was supposed to be released. But never mind, going back to the story. Did breakfast, and I came early to the hotel. I sat by the pool, since I knew there was a USB port there. I started charging my stuff, and looked in the pool, crying. Being sad that this place where I met my good friends, that are like a second family to me, will end. It really made me think about how close I feel to people I don't know, alien people from an alien world, speaking a language that isn't mine, but somehow I feel like I knew them for my whole life. Then the trader hall opened. I walked around a bit, took pics of more cosplayers, met the dude that keeps my sanity in check as I edit YouTube video. Hey, editor me, are you doing that now? I got to see the Transformers X PUBG event. I know jack shit about it. I didn't see the Age of Extinction lady. I was also at the panel that had the extra stuff about the ABC pilot. Went back to the trading hall, did some more scooping around, because me and my friends do like a thing where we gift each other gifts that are worth 20 quid. I got GTS Mirage, Universe Red Alert, and Kabaya set of Fixit vs Underbite. Really cute toys. Talking about the other toys I got, we have Armada Sideswipe, who I already had, but mine was missing my weapons, so score. Beast Machine Spy Streak, I'm really happy I managed to get something from Beast Machines, and the headlights for my animated prowl, cause people at Space Bridge set up like a parts count place. I'm kinda sad they didn't inform it about earlier, cause if I knew it like a month before TF Nation, I would do a whole list of all the bits I'm missing from my toys. Later, in another stall, I got the Kabuto Gaia memory and the Baron Ride Watch. By the way, this year didn't have a lot of tokusatsu toys. I only saw one guy who bought a bunch of Lupat mechs. And that's it. There wasn't any Power Rangers, Kamen Rider. It seems that TF Nation really got into selling Web Diver stuff, because I saw a lot of those, especially on Toifu. And I think peak and creme de la creme of this year, Cybertron Primal. At first I was a bit hesitant because he was 40 quid, but he was complete, had his key, and already have the Megatron from this set, so I thought, why not complete it? And when I cranked that Ziploc baggie, my god, this toy is so good! Articulation, a bit iffy in some parts, but the details, posability, fun factor, sculpt, the molding, the poses, it has so much good aura, like, and I'm so happy that I can finally own him. But yeah, let's get back to the ending ceremony. We went to the ending ceremony, and my friend Javi won a prize for his little Blockies diorama. There was lots of talking, displays, there was this nice music video as always by the end. We learned when the next year of TF Nation will be happening. I hope to be there, and that was it. We went back to the bar, chilled a bit before I booked my ticket back home, and then it really hit me how much my friends mean to me. Like, I already knew it, but it's just that this weird thing that I talked about earlier. I legit couldn't stop crying. I constantly bawled out my eyes. One of the reasons for that I didn't manage to keep my promise to Neil Kaplan Until I did. Harvey mentioned to me that he's sitting behind us with a beer. So I walked up to him, told him I had fun, and I got hugged by him, just so you know that beard is a tad scruffy, and it was over. I walked back to my hotel, it was empty and quiet, said goodbye to everyone. But wait, now you ask, why did I start this video about Neil Kaplan? I didn't manage to keep my promise. Well, it's both for the clickbait reason, but also because this video still should be treated as a message of being grateful and thankful, not only to the community, guests, people that managed all of that, but also my friends. And I especially want to single out Harvey, who I mentioned weirdly a lot in this video, because I originally didn't want to go to TF Nation. In 2024, I felt it wasn't worth it to go through so much stuff, and I wasn't supposed to go. But Harvey convinced me otherwise, and he was right. If I didn't go, I wouldn't feel all those emotions. So yeah, Harvey, thank you, and thank you all to my other friends. 2025 was the best TF Nation ever, and I hope I will be able to make something similar in the 2026 video. So thank you for watching, like, subscribe, check out all the videos, and bye.